Hello everyone, I am Trevor, I go by TheMrTrails, welcome to the channel. Dark Harvest 2022 is launching today, and that gives us a bunch of quests that we can do, including some from the Mysterious Notes NPC that make a return from last year. But there is a new quest line from the Mysterious Notes NPC as well. Finally, a quest line that isn't broken and that I can actually complete on my test account. But there's still one problem. I can't read the thing because it's in a made-up language. And if you don't feel like translating these quests for yourself, then I have the video for you, my friend. Drop a like for me if this helps you out, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And barring internet issues, I should be live on Twitch right now, partaking in the Dark Harvest festivities and giving away some hunt passes. So I'll give you guys the full list of translations first, then give you the solutions to them all after, in case you still want to solve the riddles for yourself. If you don't care about that, you can skip to whatever time I have on the screen. Completing any one of these quests will give you the Unseen Neophyte Event Pass, which will give you a nice armor transmog. There are 5 of these Unseen Cipher quests in total, and you'll have access to the first 4 of them at the beginning. Each of the quests is named Dark Harvest and then its number, so you actually have a decent amount of the cipher information already. Let's translate these, and let's start with Dark Harvest 1. This step is first, as was the first of our summons. Unseen, unrestrained. The darkest harvest, shadows reaped, terrors leaped. Angry, red, stalking shadow. Unseen, unrestrained. Stopped by the mortar. Tripped by the missile. Unseen, unrestrained. Next up, Dark Harvest 2. This step is next. The latest summons. Tired eye, watchful eye, sleepless night. Of 7 choices, elemental. Only one can strike true and pierce the tired, watchful eye of the night itself. Eyes tired, eyes watchful, nights sleepless. 7 choices. 1 foolish, 1 unlucky, 1 true. Next, Dark Harvest 3. Devote yourself to the night, my acolyte. Devote yourself to the god beneath the mountain. Cat's eyes, crow's feet, worm heart, lizard arms. Command the darkness. Pull shadows up from the ground. Show the god beneath the mountain your devotion. Show the god beneath the mountain how you command the shadow. Then Dark Harvest 4. The night is for the lonely. Until we come together. The night is for the lonely. The quiet and haunted. The night is for the lonely. Until we all become it. As lightning hot and crackled turns to deepest night. As tooth, spike, and claw charged with fury turn to deepest night. As thorn and vine, vital and hardy, turn to deepest night. So do we all, one at a time, one way or another, turn to deepest night. Upon completing all 4 of these quests, you'll then get Dark Harvest 5. Heavy are the heads that wear the crowns, ice queens and kings of mountains old. Heavy are the heads, even as they roll. But some of us know of a way to be crowned by the shadow. Some of us know of a way to be loved by the shadow. They think they can stop us. They think that they're winning. Some of us know they're playing their part perfectly. Play yours, acolyte. So those are the translations for the quests that are written in the Unseen Cipher. Maybe you've figured out the quest objectives from them already, or maybe you can't be bothered for solving the riddles. So now I will go over each of the riddles and tell you what the quest objectives are. First, Dark Harvest 1. Here is Dark Harvest 1's riddle. The first 2 lines are telling you which behemoth you need to fight. Angry red stalking shadow is the obvious bit of this, indicating that a Riftstalker is enraged. This step is first, likely referring to the fact that Riftstalker Riftstalker is the first Umbral behemoth you should encounter in the game, and the last line is trying to tell you the what and with what. Stopped and tripped are telling you that this is an interrupt, but mortar and missile are the less obvious bits here. A mortar is a smoothbore gun for firing shells, and missiles are obviously a projectile. But it's talking about the warpike, and I'd think your initial thought would say repeaters if we're talking about mortar and missile. So the full solution is to interrupt an enraged Riftstalker with a warpike. The missile bit would suggest that you need the concussive payload special, but this isn't a requirement, and any interrupt method will work as long as your weapon is the warpike. Next is Dark Harvest 2. Here's the full riddle, and if you already know the solution to the first one, this becomes a bit easier. The latest summons is referring to the most recent Umbral behemoth being Bloodshot Shroud. The next bit informs you that you need a specific weapon element, and one foolish, one true tells you that the foolish choice is what you'll need to use for this quest. So the solution to this one is to slay a Bloodshot Shroud with an Umbral weapon, but definitely don't do this in the event hunt because you will have a terrible time doing that plus having the braziers to worry about. Next is Dark Harvest 3. Here's the full thing, and this is probably the only one that is basically impossible to accidentally complete because we need very specific gear equipped. Cat's Eyes is the Riftstalker helmet, Crow's Feet is the Shroud boots, Worm Heart is the Thrax chest, and Lizard Arms are the Drask gloves. We also have Command the Darkness, referencing that you also need the Revenant Omnicell equipped, and the God Beneath the Mountain refers to the behemoth you need to fight being Thrax. So the objective is to slay Thrax while having the Riftstalker helmet, Shroud boots, Thrax chest, Drask gloves, and the Revenant Omnicell equipped. So yeah, you're probably not going to accidentally complete this one. The builds that these armor pieces make are extremely cursed, probably the scariest thing about the Dark Harvest event. And then Dark Harvest 4. This one may have been a bit more obvious to you. The beginning lines give us the same line 3 times, and then until we all become it, being the night, setting up for 3 things becoming Umbral. The next half describes the behemoths, but there are only 3 behemoths thus far that have become Umbral, so it should be obvious here. The objective is to slay the shadow-touched versions of Koshai, Drask, and Nezaga. But you do have to do this in a solo hunt, possibly referred to by the 1 at a time statement, and then again after you've solved all 4 of those, the 5th quest gets unlocked. This is the hidden one, but it's probably the most obvious one in my opinion, as you might figure it out from the very first line and can piece it together by the 4th line. Heavy are the heads that wear the crowns. Some of us know of a way to be crowned by the shadow. This quest objective is to obtain the Dark Harvest crown. This is done by completing the Nevermore difficulty unseen summons event, but specifically the Bloodshot Shroud needs to die at 7 of 8 braziers lit. It now being Bloodshot Shroud made the crown a little bit harder to achieve, and I might be helping people out with getting these. I'm not entirely sure. Keep an eye out for me on Twitch for that. But if you have already gotten the Dark Harvest crown, this quest will auto-complete for you. And the payout for completing this quest line is actually pretty good for once. A total of 18,000 rams, 180 Aether Sparks, and 300 Harvest Coins. Getting almost 2 Reforge costs out of 1 quest line is a substantial reward, so that alone might make this worth doing for you. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Once again, if this helped you out, drop a like for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I have been Trevor. I go by the Mr. Trails, and I will catch you guys next time.